Do you know the number one fear of retirees? It is running out of money during their retirement. So, how do you address that problem? You do it through a bulletproof retirement solution. Welcome to our investment channel. I am Arjun Sarkar, CEO and Head of Investment Research at Everguard Life Ventures Private Limited. Did you know that in 2020 retirement study, it was found that 65% of elders depend on their children for financial support during retirement. Now, I don't know about you, but I would not like to depend on my child to fund my retirement. The number one reason I feel why people cannot become financially independent by the age when they want to is they delay their retirement planning. So how do you build a bulletproof retirement solution? There are two distinct stages of a retirement solution. Number one is pre-retirement. Number two is post-retirement. Let's discuss the pre-retirement stage. Now, in the pre-retirement stage, you have to start investing early. So I'll throw a question at you. Suppose you are 30 years old today and you start with a SIP of 20,000 rupees per month. Increase it by 10% every year and you keep on doing this for 25 years till you turn 55. And your investment gives you an annualized return of 12%, which is realistic. How much do you think you will make at the end of 25 years? The answer is 8 crores. You heard me right. It is 8 crores. A significant sum of money. Number two is you have to diversify your retirement corpus just before retirement. So probably about 2 or 3 years before retirement across not just different asset classes but across companies and geographies. Why do I say so? Just imagine you had started investing earlier and you have amassed a corpus of 8 crores and there are just 2 months left for you to retire. What if your corpus falls by 38%? Now this is not a number out of thin air. In COVID, suppose you were about to retire in April 2020 and from January to March, in just 2 months, your corpus would have fallen by at least 38% if you were in the index, which basically means your 8 crores would have fallen to less than 5 crores, which is more than 3 crore loss at the time of retirement, which you had amassed over 25 years, gone in 2 months. That's why you have to diversify. Now, how do you diversify? Will you be able to take the call? No. Please do not do that. Go to an expert so that they can diversify your portfolio. You have to diversify your corpus across asset classes, be it equity, debt, gold, across companies. So not everything should be accumulated in one company or one institution, and across geographies also. Let's come to the second stage of the solution, which is post-retirement. Here, there are two strategies that you have to follow. Number one is you have to set aside an emergency corpus to help you weather medical emergencies. In India, the medical inflation is hovering between 10 to 15% annually, whereas the overall inflation is somewhere between 4 to 6%. What I would suggest is you keep aside 10% of your overall retirement corpus as emergency funds. So for example, you've amassed 8 crores, at least put aside 80 lakhs as an emergency corpus. Now the second strategy will really interest you. You have to make sure that the income or the interest that you're withdrawing from the retirement corpus is not tax heavy. Now suppose you're drawing an interest or a rental income of 2 lakhs per month post-retirement, a realistic scenario, you would have to pay a tax of 30%. What if I could tell you that you can reduce your tax outflow by 80 to 85%? You heard me right. What if the solution can help reduce your tax outflow by almost 1/8 of what you are paying now? So in today's video, we discussed the biggest fear of retirees, which is running out of money during retirement. And the primary reason for that problem is they delay their retirement planning. After that, we discussed a bulletproof retirement solution which had two distinct stages. The first was the pre-retirement solution stage, where we talked about starting investing early, and second was before retirement, diversifying across various asset classes, geographies. In the post-retirement phase, we discussed setting aside an emergency fund to meet major medical expenses, and then we discussed how do you reduce the tax outflow by 80 to 85% to ensure that you don't run out of money during your retirement. It is possible and it is legal. Now, if you want to know what that strategy is more in detail and how to do it, please subscribe to this channel and I will explain it in detail in our next video.